So, this is your international fan reaction for Norwich 0, Wolves 0. That cold, wet, windy draw, but not so cold and wet at some of the locations that the reporters are coming to you from. Let's go around the world.
This is Max from Melbourne, Australia, giving you my thoughts on Wolves 0, Norwich 0. We were really outplayed today. I thought, Norwich were just really good, and they really deserved to win that game, and we were really lucky to just get a point today. And I think there's not many positives to take out today. I think we did have some chances, in the game, but just Norwich always looked better. I thought the first half, I thought, it was very tight in the first half. For them to be, they're really improving right now. That's 3 unbeaten games for them in a row. And, they've really improved to be 19th and to get a draw, not even a score, a clean sheet against a 16th place Wolves just shows that we're not as close as we think we are on the table. There's still a lot of things we need to do so we can, feel like we're almost as close as being like a Chelsea or a West Ham, but we're really off that right now. I mean, I think, if I'm being honest, my performance rating today is probably a 6. We had some chances, which I'll give to the team, but overall, it was just abysmal, really. It wasn't the best performance from the Wanderers, but, I thought that they tried, but, it was just a Norwich were too good, and they just really outplayed us, and they should have won. My man of the match, I don't really can give it to a man of the match. You could say, Jose Sa. Why not give it to him? He was their goalkeeper today, obviously, and I thought he just saved, I think he really did well, because, he couldn't do much, but, the chances that Norwich had to get a goal in the game, he really just, I think he just kept his form up, and he really just saved the team from losing all the points today. But anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts on the game today. Always Wolves.
Yeah, this is Chris for today. A place called Sjusjøen in Norway. It's quite near Lillehammer, which most people would have heard of. It's a really nice part of the world. I was taking a nice break this weekend, and a break that was, in all honesty, rudely interrupted by that game, which ended Norwich 0, Wolves 0. Now, I'm not going to dress this up anything other than what it was. That was garbage. And if that ain't good enough, we've got to be going to places like that and doing a lot better. Not just the result, which I think isn't good enough, but generally the performance was extremely untidy. I felt at times Norwich players wanted to win that game more than us. I don't know, I don't understand that after the last game. It's like, in a way, you can't trust this team because one week they're superb, the next they deliver that kind of rubbish. I really don't understand it. Norwich deserved to win that game. They didn't, because our clear man of the match was our keeper today. He's delivered yet again for us. But other than that, I'm sorry to say, I really, really don't have any positives to say about that. We have to, I think, on platforms like this, when we're giving our honest judgments, we have to really say it as it is. And that wasn't good enough. Norwich 0, Wolves 0.
Hello there from Athens. Norwich 0, Wolves 0. I think a bit of a disappointing performance. I think we were all hoping for 3 points from one of the teams at the bottom of the league. I thought we were lacking coming forward, really. I only really remember one clear-cut chance, and that was Marquinhos that threw a bit of luck, bounced to him, a bit more composure, he might have been able to put that away. Didn't happen. I thought we saw very little from Trincao, and I thought whenever Ryan Aït-Nouri got the ball, he tended to do too much, give it away, or deliver pretty poor passes into the box. I thought Norwich had a couple of chances to score and win the game. I think that'd be really disappointing that they didn't win. Difficult to pick a man of the match out of that. I just think we'll be hoping to get a result against Burnley, and then got a couple of difficult games coming up against Liverpool and Manchester City. Something tells me we'll be a different animal against those two teams though, because we always tend to raise our game. So all in all, a bit disappointing. From Athens, always Wolves.
Hey Dave, New York Wolves here. Sporting my New York Wolves shirt here in Waikiki in Hawaii. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Bit of an early start here, 5 a.m. kickoff, and actually wish I'd just stayed in bed and stayed asleep. The match was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? Pretty poor performance. Not necessarily poor performance, just lackluster. Just didn't seem to have that spark. I think losing Pedence was a big part of that. He played really well last week, and he's very, very creative influence on the team. So that was a miss. And Trincão's just doesn't seem to be up to the pace of the Premier League yet. The pace and the strength of the Premier League. So he didn't really contribute much. Adama came on, and seems to be the case in pretty much every match recently, didn't really do much either. So we just weren't at the races. And Norwich, to be fair, they defended well. They kept us at arm's length, and they had a decent number of chances themselves. So we arguably couldn't have been upset if we'd lost. So coming away with a clean sheet and a point is not a horrible result away from home, obviously. But still disappointing after the West Ham match last week where we played absolutely superb. So hopefully we get a little bit of that mojo back in the upcoming Christmas matches. So anyway, that's it. We're still 6, depending on the other matches today. So not too bad, not too shabby. 6th place at this point in the season with Neto and Johnny injured. So hopefully we can strengthen in January and really kick on and have a really excellent remainder of the season. So that's it. I will talk to you next time. See you, Dave.
Hey Dave, Wolfman Jeff here on the porch in Alabama. I think the result was disappointing, but part of me feels relieved or lucky in a point. I hate to say that, because there were several times that I felt like Norwich had better chances than we did, and they couldn't finish. We couldn't finish either, but we weren't creating like we normally do. We responded well. I think we defended well against Norwich, but they were really pushing. The first bit, there were some times in the first half I felt pretty good. I felt like our goal was going to happen. Second half, Dave, I just felt like it's going to end up in a 0-0 draw, which it was. So that's disappointing. So when the draw actually happened, you were kind of relieved that Norwich didn't come away with a win. I know Pookie kept trying to knock on the door, so that was interesting. If I had to pick a man of the match, it's going to be Saw, just because he stopped everything he could. I think our three in the back did fairly well. Honestly, if Trincão went back to Barcelona, I think I'd be okay with it after this match. Hope he has a chance to redeem himself. If we had Pedence, that may have changed things. So I don't get why Adama didn't start. And but yeah, the changes, he did make some changes. That was an interesting change, moving in Dendonka into the middle to strengthen up the middle. And that was interesting because it did slow things down for Norwich, but it took away our opportunities to create. So at that point, when Dendonka came in, I felt like he was probably going for the draw. And at the very end, of course, at the last move, it looked like, yeah, we were going to go for the draw. That's frustrating. We did get a point. Felt like we were a better team, but I think that Norwich managed it better. This is Wolfman Jeff on the porch in Alabama.
Hi guys, Andy here from Montreux in Switzerland on a cold snowy day and a wet, miserable day it looked in Norwich too. It was a bit of a nothing game. My man of the match is going to go to Jose Sarr for keeping the ball out the net once. That was about the only time they looked to me to get close from Pookie. Now, I think we looked a bit out of energy. It was a shame that Podence wasn't there and missed the match due to COVID. Hopefully he'll get better, because we lacked spark, in my opinion. It was the right decision to take Trincão off. Probably should have come off earlier. A shame Adama didn't make more impact though. Perhaps losing didn't have the competence he would have done had he played a few more games. Nouri looked like he was lacking in energy as well, and hopefully they won't continue to roller coaster like through the next few matches, and they can get some consistency, because today didn't look as strong as they did against West Ham. So going into December with the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea, hopefully they will improve. Still good to get a point, and until someone goes ahead of us.
Wolves fans, Brian from hot and sunny Thailand. Norwich 0, Wolves 0. Lacklustre, lethargic, flat was the performance yesterday. Didn't really do anything. We have a chance, maybe one, Matinho on 41 minutes, and then at the other end, Aaron's went up and hit a shot against Sarr. Fortunately, hit his leg, saved it. Second half, apart from a Raul header across the goal, which was cleared, we created nothing. They had a couple of chances to win it, but it was, I think they got toe enders. I think if they'd have got fully foot behind the goal, behind the ball, they'd have won the game, but Sarr saved them. Man of the match, I don't know, maybe Sarr in goal, if not Ruben Neves for his running around. Team performance was probably about a 5. It was just not good. Consistency is the word. You have a couple of good performances, top performance against West Ham, previously 60-70 minutes against Everton, and then in between the poor performance at Palace and then yesterday's performance. Got to improve. Consistency is the matter. We move to Wednesday. See you guys. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.
Hello Wolves fans. Hello Wolves fans. This is Dinny here in Cork. A bit under the weather this week. Just a bit of a cold. And that match yesterday didn't help things. A bit of a drab performance and a 0-0. The positive you take out of that is that it was a clean sheet and a draw. It didn't lose it. Other than that, there weren't too many positives at all, were there? My biggest worry is Traore. I love him. I want him to be at Wolves. I want him to play for Wolves. I want him to be a superstar for Wolves. But I think the contract, he's not going to be playing with Wolves into the long future. And I think it's showing in the performances. He's not being picked. And when he came on, he's not being played in his correct position. And he just doesn't look happy. Other than that, I think Norwich had Wolves' number yesterday. Dean Smith, like Villa were 2-0 up against Wolves till that massive comeback came. So maybe Dean Smith has a bit of Wolves tactics and formations figured out. It was deserved by Norwich because they were the better team. They had the better chances. They just seemed to shut Wolves down. I think when Trincao and Hwang, I saw some people saying good things about Hwang. I wasn't crazy about him. If you're not getting service to Jimenez, and then the two guys left and right of him, Hwang and Trincao, when they're not going to be buzzing, then the whole thing just looked a bit flat. Semedo at right back, he seemed good again. He's having a good season. I was about to say he's underrated, but I think people are starting to tune into Semedo now. He's a bit of a whipping boy for a while, but I think people are seeing consistency of performances from Semedo. So I'm happy with that. Don't want to say much more about it. It's kind of hot and cold at the minute. The West Ham game was gangbusters. It was so good. Just a solid performance and the result. Now this week again, flat. Didn't lose, as I said. So look, I'm not going to say any more except go Steelers. I don't know, am I allowed mixed codes on this thing? But look, I've done it anyway. So forgive me, Dave. And have a nice week all. And on to Burnley, I believe. So hopefully 3 points there. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks to everyone that's contributed to this one. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Dazzling Dave, always Wolves.